Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Gary here. I've never recorded anything in the afternoon, but today is my first time. I'm just feeling inspired. And I worked, so all that business, you can't record in the afternoon, you can throw that out with the wash. Years ago, I'll start this episode out by saying, years ago, while I was still working with the company I was with, since I've been retired, I had a guy I worked with said, Gary, you got a big spoon. And the person I'm talking about, his name is Roger. Roger said, Gary, your ability to stir the shit, you're good at it. And he said it to a few other guys I worked with that were new in the store. They said, Gary here's got a big wooden spoon. He'd just stir the pot this way, stop, turn it back the other way until he gets it going really good. And just people that are gullible and like to stir shit, they take off and they run the rumor. Instead of being drama, I just call it a rumor. Get the rumor mill started. Get that rumor mill fired up. It takes away the boredom of a given day. I know I jumped right into this thing, but let me give you a preview. Every single job in America, unless you're the high up, unless you're the high boss, the boss way on top making all the moves, all the calls, you got to go in every day, work 9 to 5, or in our case, 6 to 2, 5 to 1s. Every day you do the same task, the same mundane task. We all, whatever it might be, whatever job you're in, whatever company you're in, it's the same mundane task every single fucking day. We're there to make a paycheck. We're not there to make friends, although I always made friends. And I'm sure there's people out there that make friends. That was a blanket statement. But we're not there to socialize, really. I mean, some are, some aren't. I was there to socialize. I was just no filter on me, so I kept things interesting. But you got to find a way to loosen up. Put a little oil in the balls. Have a little bit of fun. And in my case, I would create things. I was a creator of sorts. I'll give you an example. Every company out there that you're working in, every store I worked in, but every company out there, there's always 1 or 2 or 3 individuals that are gullible, that will believe anything you say. And before they fact check you, they tell everybody what you said. And that's called being gullible, right? And this one particular store I was in one day, I had 7 hours into my shift. I had 1 hour left. I was bored. I was caught up. We weren't busy that day, so I was just hanging out, just chilling, talking to a couple of guys that are also there and ready for the 8 o'clock bell to come so we could take off. Excuse me. We had a gullible seafood person. She was real gullible. You tell her the sky is blue, she believes you because it's blue. But if you go out there, you walk up to her and say, hey, the sky is green today. Did you notice that sky was green? And you say it serious like, And before she goes outside to look at the sky and see if it's green, she tells somebody else. Did you hear the sky's gray? Did you hear the sky's green? Yeah, I just heard the sky's green. She's not going to tell she's not going to tell the people their source. Maybe they'll tell the source. Well, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? Before checking. And that's how she was. So one particular day, I had an hour left in my shift, and I said to one of the guys I was with who knew I could start shit. So watch this. Watch this. I walked up to her. I said, hey, Jane, come here. She came over. She washed her hands, came over because she was cutting fish all day. What's up, Gary? What's up? I said, did you hear they're going to move the bread aisle? The bread aisle in this store is down on aisle 1. Did you hear they're going to move the bread aisle? Really? Why would they do that? Well, they're going to move it. They're going to move that bread aisle. They're going to put it down where the dairy department is. Really? I said, yeah, they're going to start doing that next week. And then from the dairy, all the milk, they're going to move the milk section. They're going to put a cooler down where the bread is. And they're going to move the coolers, physically pull the coolers out of the floor and move them down there and put them down there. Well, what about the rest of the dairy? Not even questioning how stupid it sounds right now. Well, what are they going to do with the rest of the dairy, Gary? Well, they're going to leave it right where it is. Everything else stays in place, but they're moving the milk. And they're going to put it down there where the bread is. And they're going to put the bread right next to the yogurt and the eggs. Really? When? I said, well, they're going to start next week. They're going to bring a team of people in here from the corporate office. And they're going to get a bunch of carts, cranes, and big tubs of stuff and start moving stuff. Why would they do that? I said, I don't know. I heard it. I was upstairs in the office and I overheard it. Someone was talking on the phone from the corporate office. And I heard it. Before my last hour was up that day, 1/3 of the store was talking about it. She took off. She took up an aisle. Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? They're going to move the dairy. They're going to move the bread. Oh my God, did you hear? Everyone was talking about it. 1/3 of the body. By the next day, and I said to this guy I was talking to, he goes, Gary, you're something else. I said, oh yeah, just sit back and watch. It's only a half an hour into our last, we got 30 minutes left on our shift. Just watch. People were already talking about it. So now 8 hours is up. I go over in the back hall where I can clocked out. I got a little basket because I needed a few things in produce. I needed some bananas and some apples. And by the time I got up to the U-Scan, because we had a self-checkout in my store, the person running the U-Scan said, hey, Gary, did you hear? Hear what? They're going to move the bread. They're moving the bread down where the dairy is. And they're moving the dairy down where the bread is. The whole dairy? And she said, yeah, the whole dairy department, all of it, the yogurt, the eggs. So I see how the telephone game works? Before I started with just the milk. But by the time it got up to her, the whole dairy department was going to be moved and jammed into that one little area where the bread is. And then the next 3 or 4 days in the store, that's all that people were talking about. It was beautiful. It was like a one-pull start. You got a gullible person running their mouth. But all I did was create a scenario. If that's a wooden spoon, well, that's a wooden spoon. And it works. You can go to any company in the world. So people listening to this show right now, I'm sure they're probably saying, you know, I'm going to try that. When I go into work next Monday morning, I'm going to try that. I'm going to get someone fired up. I'm going to talk about something that's going to happen that's bullshit. And see what happens. Because everyone knows that gullible person. We all know that gullible person. It's fun firing them up. And everyone's got one. I had 2 or 3 people I could tell stories about, but I don't want to make this thing a long video. The second one I want to talk about, and it's pretty good. This guy's in the sales floor one day, and I'm out there putting my meat in the case. And he's on his phone, and he's talking loudly on this conversation. Now, that's another subject completely, but I mean, when people are on their cell phones on the sales floor, they're talking really loud. What's that now? My wife needs a what? Well, what? You're only out there to inspect the gutters. What do you mean she needs a garbage disposal? What? I don't have that kind of money. You know, I mean, you're hearing someone's personal business on the phone. Everyone sees it. Everyone sees it. Everyone sees it. There's always that one douchebag that's an idiot telling everyone their life story on the phone in public. And there's this one guy one day, he came in the store. I'd never seen him before. I usually know my regulars. I'd seen this guy in the store. And most of the people that shop in my department are female because they're running the household, so they're buying all the stuff. They're buying the meat, they're buying the chicken, they're buying all that stuff, and then they're on their way. And I know what their rhythm is. I know what they buy. They know me. I know them. I'm a trusted voice when it comes to suggestions. We all are, you know. We know our regulars. I had never seen this guy before this day. Never saw this guy before. He's on his phone berating his secretary on the phone. Berating her. And I only know it's his secretary because he made it known to everyone in that aisle that he was talking to his secretary. I pay you a lot of money to take care of my business. You forgot to put that report in? It needs to be in now. Go back to work immediately. How far are you? Almost home? You're almost home? Okay. Well, turn around. It needs to be done today. I don't want to hear you complaining about it. I pay you a lot of money to be my personal secretary, so please go back to go. I don't care if the traffic's bad, goddammit. That report needed to be on my boss's desk by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And you don't get there till 8. Yes, that's right. Get your butt back there. I don't care if it's going to take you an additional half an hour to go back. I don't care. Go back and take care of that. Do your job. I don't care if you're call your husband and have your husband pick up your kids. This is important. This job performance sheet needs to be on my boss's desk. God damn it. What the hell's wrong with you? I can replace you tomorrow. Okay. All right. I'll see you in the morning. Click. He's berating his secretary, and everyone could hear it. Everyone heard it, including me. So then he hangs up with her. And this asswipe, I love using that word, comes up to me and he says, I got a question for you. I say, yeah, what's up? What can I help you with? He goes, I'm having some guests over tonight from my company and I want to impress them with some steaks. What steaks would you suggest for the grill? Because I don't know a whole lot about steaks. My wife usually gets those. And I thought to myself, my alter ego saying, do it, Gary. Do it. The devil pops up on this shoulder. It goes, bling. Give him the eye of the round steaks. Give him the eye of the round steaks, Gary. Those are nasty. Those are so lean. He'll be chewing all day. His gums will bleed. Give him the eye of round steaks. And then, bling, on this shoulder is the angel. Don't do that, Gary. Don't do that. Stronger minds prevail. Look, turn the other cheek, Gary. Be a Christian man. Give him a nice ribeye or a strip. Don't be a dickhead. Follow the yellow brick road. That's what I say. Follow the yellow brick road. He's going down because he was just berating his secretary. You're going down, mofo. So I said, yeah, I tell you what. Over here we got these packages. We have these family pack packages of, we call them eye around steaks. And the eye around steak, if anyone, before I go into talking about this guy, eye around is the toughest, leanest piece of meat off the cow. It's always round. It's a round disc. It's like the size of it's a circumference of a hockey puck, something like that. And it would, if you ate it, it would chew like a hockey puck. It needs to be simmered very low heat with lots and lots of seasoning and marinade, and even then, it can be chewy. But if you throw one of these on the grill, I'm doing this from my personal experience. When I first started the meat department years ago, I didn't know shit about meat. And I saw these eye round steaks. I said, I got a couple of these, throw them on the grill tonight. That was a mistake. I had to throw them in the garbage can. They were so chewy, I couldn't, it was like eating rubber. Literally eating rubber. I could not, and then I took it out of my mouth and I put it down. I tried to cut it with my knife and my arm got sore from trying to cut into it. That's how tough this piece of meat was. Meat cutters out there unite. They're all saying, no shit. You didn't know that, Gary? So this guy who just got done berating his secretary on the phone, making her go back to work when she was supposed to pick up her children, had to call her husband to go get her children, for a fearing of her job, went back and took care of that report. Well, payback's a motherfucker, right? So I said, yeah, sir, I tell you what, we have these family packs. How many people are you having over tonight? He said, there's going to be 6 total. Me, my wife, and my boss and his boss. I'm like, oh, this is getting rich. Bing! Give him the eye around steaks. Get him good, Gary. Get him really good. Tell him to put salt and pepper on it. Just toss it on the grill plain. So there, we have these family packs of eye round steaks. There's 6 to the tray. And you save $1 a pound on it because it's a family pack. See that big yellow thing that says save $1? So I'm going to save you $1 on the pound, sir. Oh, you're a great help. You've been a lifesaver. Thank you so much. How do I cook this? We got to grill it. You got to grill it. And he was smart enough to say to me, he goes, I don't see a lot of marble in here. No, it's deceiving. It's very deceiving. It appears that way, but eye round steaks are known throughout the world to be the most tender piece of meat you could ever possibly want on the grill. I did this to a customer. I would never do this, but I did this because this guy was a dickhead. He was an asswipe. He was berating his secretary. I figured payback. He's going to have his boss over and his boss's boss? Oh, yeah. He'll be out of a job in a week. Less than a week. So he got him. He was happy as clam and shit. Got a couple bags of potatoes, and some greens. He had a little list the good wife gave him to go shopping for. Even when he got home, let's say he gets home, throws them right in the refrigerator. And his wife is not checking anything. Says, honey, did you get the steaks? Did you get the steaks, honey? Yeah, I took care of that. Didn't I tell you I took care of that? Trust me, I took care of it. First my secretary, now you. I can hear him now. Douchebags like that, they need a guy like me to help them in the meat department. I never saw him again. I didn't know what his wife looked like. I'm sure she shopped in my store, but I never saw him again. We never got a call or nothing. I bet he got fired. Or he was totally embarrassed. He's still chewing. I bet his gums were bleeding. There's no way. You put that on the grill. Oh, how would I grill it? How would you grill it? Well, salt and pepper both sides and toss it right on the grill. That's perfect. That's all you need to do. Salt and pepper. That's the trick. Salt and pepper both sides right on the grill. Cook it on high. Yeah, cook it on high. I'd say and these steaks were about 3/4 of an inch cut. So yeah, put them on the grill on high, close the lid on it, cook them for about 20 minutes on high. By the time you open the lid, they were brown. I mean, dark brown and kind of burnt around the edges. 20 minutes for an eye round steak. That's 3/4 of an inch. Hockey puck time. Yeah, so that was payback. That was big time payback. And I got one more short story for you, and then we'll call it quits for the big spoon. This is really good. This is the part that I was waiting to tell. So, and this also happened years ago. Me and another guy were pulling a meat truck in from the back dock. The truck got there. Every store got their trucks at a different time. And this particular store, most trucks get to the store overnight in the morning. So all you got to do is go into the meat cooler the next day and start stacking down the truck. This truck got here a little bit late. And so we're pulling this. Actually, he's doing the pulling. He's pulling the skid off. He's a younger guy than me, so he's stronger. And he was pulling the skid off, and these skids are huge. These things weigh 1,200 pounds. He's pulling it. And as he's pulling it down the hallway, he's got the inertia going. So he's got some weight behind him, and he's moving this thing at a slow pace, but he's moving it. He's moving it. It's going maybe 2 miles an hour. And right in front of him walks this girl that works in the deli with a cart. He had to come to a complete fucking stop because she didn't say excuse me. It didn't alert him that she was behind him. And instead of, she didn't even say excuse me. She just goes, oops, oops. And he pulls up the skid. He goes, oh my God, that was close. And she walks away. He goes, did you see that? I said, well, how could I miss it? Yeah, I saw it. I said, you going to take that? Break out the spoon, Gary. I said, you going to take that? You going to let her run you down? You could have gotten injured, man. You going to allow that to happen? She didn't even fucking say, excuse me. Huh? You ain't going to put up with that shit, are you? Get the worm going. Get the worm in his head going. Get him thinking. So he's thinking about what I just said. He didn't act on it right away. And I had the spoon out that day. You know, I was really stirring it. So now he rolls it down to the cooler. He pulls it in the cooler. It took us about 3 or 4 minutes to get it down there. And he releases the jack and puts it out in the back hall. I said, are you really going to put up with that shit? And now I'm stirring it. I said, I got the spoon. I'm going, are you really going to take that shit? I mean, I wouldn't take that shit. And then stop the spoon and move it this way. I wouldn't take it. I'd go over there and I'd say something to that bitch. She about hurt you. You could have stopped that skid and it could have dropped on your foot. You could have been seriously injured. I wouldn't put up with that shit. I can't believe you're taking it. And the more he thought about it, the more I spun it, the more I persuaded it. He got wound up and he goes, you know something, Gary? You're fucking right. You're fucking right. I'm not going to take that shit. I had it wound up so tight. I had this guy wound up so fucking tight. He opened the cooler door and he took off like a fucking bat out of hell up that back hall. Within inside of 20 minutes, I could hear some shit was going on. Some guy in the back dock came over because see the deli department was right up against the back dock, and the meat department was further on down the way. And within inside of 20 minutes, now I'm on the sales floor, and the guy that runs the back dock came out with some kind of a bass cart to move some stuff onto the grocery aisle. He goes, man, there's a lot of shit going on with your guy and that deli girl. What do you mean? I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, he's raising all kinds of shit with her. He's calling her a bitch and all. And she's calling him an asshole, and they're just going into each other like they're fighting back there. Still? No, that just only lasted about a minute or two, but he let her have it, man. I don't know what started it, but he let her have it with both barrels, man. Fucking stupid. By midday, I hear on the intercom, blah, 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 come to the HR office. So they're calling him upstairs. And then blah, 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 come to the HR office. And they're calling her up there. See how that escalated? I persuaded him to defend his post. To go over there and say something to him. You know, cling. Don't take that shit. Go over there and say something to that bitch. I can't believe you're going to take that shit. You got to put up and stand on your own 2 feet and go over there and say something to that bitch. She almost hurt you. I'd say something to that bitch. Nah, you got to listen to your devil side. You got to persuade these people to act. Don't take it. Don't be a lamb. Don't lay down. Don't be a lemming. Stand up for yourself. That's all I'm doing. I'm just persuading people to take care of themselves. Take care of yourself. Level it out. Grow a pair of balls. Don't take shit off of people. That's all I was doing. So when Roger says I got a big spoon, I'm helping people, man. I'm getting people to take care of themselves. And then douchebags to come in the store and berate their secretaries on the phone in front of everybody and God to hear. I take care of his ass too, because I guarantee you his gums are still bleeding. I guarantee you his gums are still bleeding. I bet he has to go to the dentist and get that fixed because his gums are bleeding. Anyway, that's all I got. I wanted to throw that out there. It was a quick video, but I wanted to throw that out there, talk about my wooden spoon, all the years I used it. And I think everyone out there listening should use it to their advantage at work. And it breaks the monotony of an 8-hour day and a 40-hour work week. It breaks the monotony. Bing. Go talk about Gladys over there. Tell everybody that the boss is hitting on her. Yeah, talk about Gladys over there. Tell them the boss is hitting on her. Get that shit going in the secretary pool. Oh yeah, have fun. Life is short. You know, relax a little bit. Have fun. No one died, and no one ever does. I might get someone's blood pressure up, but fuck it. You know, have some fun. All right, so this ends this video. It's a short one, but I hope everyone has a great week. And take care of yourself. Peace out.